Hey guys, Nick here from Nick's Taxes, and in today's video I want to walk you through how you can find out how much you'll owe in taxes based off the amount of CERB income you received this year. Now, as you may know, the CERB is coming to an end at the end of September, which means we will now be transitioning to a new EI or Canada Recovery Benefit system that's going to work a little bit different than what we're used to from the CERB. But like EI, like the CRB, like the CERB, all of these benefits are included in our taxable income, and the CERB, as you may know, does not have any tax withholdings. So you're going to be responsible for the tax owing on these benefits come tax time in April 2021. Now, a lot of people have been warned that these are taxable and that a lot of Canadians are going to have a tax bill that is going to be associated with the CERB. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how you can figure out how much you might potentially owe in taxes. So that way you have a plan come tax time and you're not in total shock. So hopefully we can walk through this together and you'll have a better understanding of what your tax bill might look like at the end of the year, or at least you'll have the tools required so that you can do this at a later time, and maybe you'll understand personal tax a little bit more through this exercise. I know I just jumped into there, but I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. If you're new to the channel, thanks so much for tuning in. I make personal tax videos, Canadian tax, US tax, personal finance, and investing videos on the channel. So if that's stuff that is valued to you or you find entertaining, please consider subscribing to the channel and also throw this video a like. I would really appreciate the help, and it really helps my channel grow. So thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys and all the comments and love that I get. So let's jump right into the video. Again, as you may know, the CERB is taxable, and depending on how much money you earn from the CERB and how much money you earn from other sources like employment income and investment income, all that kind of stuff, is going to be different for everyone, and the amount of money that you earn, the amount of taxes that you're going to pay is going to be unique for everyone as well. So Canada has what's called a progressive tax system, which means that the more money you earn, the more you're going to owe in taxes. And the CERB, like employment income, are taxable income sources, which means that you have to pay tax on the income that you received. And it's kind of weird, I know. The CERB is a check from the government. You actually owe a piece of that check back to the government, potentially based on your income levels. Kind of seems weird, but that's how Canada rolls. We got to abide by the rules. So we're going to take a look at what that looks like. As you may know, the CERB is a $2,000 per month benefit, and you receive the full $2,000. When I say it's taxable income, part of that $2,000 is taxable and owed back to the government, and it's going to be our responsibility to determine how much of that we actually owe. Now, it's going to be different for everyone, again, based on certain deductions or income levels and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to look at the basics. A way to kind of put that into perspective is your employment income. Say you earn a salary of $1,500 bi-weekly. You likely don't receive the full $1,500. You get that in gross pay, and then you're looking at your paycheck, and there's going to be a bunch of different deductions. You got your taxes, your CPP, your EI, and then you're left with what's called your net income, and it's going to be different than what you're actually earning, right? It's going to be lower than that $1,500 because you're already paying tax. And then come tax time, you're either in a refund or maybe a small balance owing because you've already been paying taxes on a regular basis on your income. So that way there's not like a big balance due when you're actually filing your taxes in April. So the tax calculator that I really like to use, it's available online for free. It's called the EY tax calculator. And I just search EY tax calculator, and it's the first thing that pops up. I'll include a link in the description or in the comments below for you guys to go check out. But we'll just go through a brief kind of walkthrough on how we can use this and how we can better understand our potential tax bills. So once you're into the program, there's going to be just a section there called taxable income, and that's where we're going to put the amount of taxable income, obviously, and then it's going to generate how much taxes we owe. Now, for each province, it's a little bit different because each province has their own tax rate. Because each province has their own tax rate, your tax bill is going to be a little bit different compared to someone who lives in a different province. Now, to determine which province you want to look at, you want to be in the province in which you end that tax year in. So, for example, if I was living and working in Ontario for most of the year, but then in December I moved to British Columbia and finished the year living and working in British Columbia, I'm going to owe BC taxes, not Ontario. Even though I worked the majority of the time in Ontario, I'm going to file as a British Columbia resident and be subject to British Columbia taxes. Now, there are a few more complicated situations, but for most people, that's how it's going to be. We're going to look at where are you at the end of the year. Okay, the next thing we got to do is kind of figure out our taxable income. And there's two ways we can kind of look at this. The first way is not including the CERB benefits that we received. And the second way is obviously including the CERB benefits that we received. So we're going to go through both. The first one, not including the CERB benefits. Let's say that you were employed and you only had employment income. You worked, January, February, and then you got a job again in October, November, December. And, come December, you look at all your pay slips or your total income that you've earned through employment, and you figure that your employment income was, let's say $25,000. I'm going to put $25,000 into that taxable income section in the calculator. I'm going to hit calculate. Now for this video, I'm going to look at the BC tax rates because they're right at the top, but you look at the province that's suitable for you. But you'll see at $25,000, the total tax payable is $2,136, and it has a marginal tax rate of 23.62. So what this means is that at $25,000, you're going to owe $2,136 to the government. So a way that you can find out if you have a balance owing or if you're going to be in a refund is to also see how much tax you've paid to the government already, whether it's through installments or through tax withholdings through your paycheck, and see if it's above that $2,136, and then you'll know you're in a refund. However, like we said, this does not include the CERB benefits. So one way that we can have an easy idea of how much we might owe in taxes on the CERB benefits is by looking at the marginal tax rate. Now in BC, the marginal tax rate is 23.62% at this income. So that means that the CERB benefit, you can assume that you're going to be taxed 23.62% on that income. Marginal tax rate just means what is your tax rate if you earn extra income on top of the income that you already have. So for example, if I earned an extra $1 of income, I would be taxed 23.62% of that dollar in British Columbia. So say you earned $8,000 in CERB, you would want to do $8,000 times 23.62%, and that would be the approximate amount of tax that you will owe back to the government. Now also disclaimer, these do not include any other type of deductions or anything like that besides the basic personal. So, if you contribute a lot to your RSPs, that's a huge deduction that lowers your taxable income. So, your tax rates are going to be lower. But here we're just assuming no deductions for the purposes of this video. Now, the other way to go about it, besides looking at the marginal tax rate, is looking at your total taxable income, obviously. So let's say you earned $25,000 in employment income, and then you received, let's say, $10,000 of CERB benefits. So you'd be looking at a total taxable income of $35,000. So I'm going to throw that into the calculator. And at $35,000 in British Columbia, your total tax payable is going to be $4,483. So again, at the end of the year, you can take a look at how much tax you've already paid to the government and kind of, see what the difference is there. And that's going to be pretty much how much you're going to owe the government when you file your taxes. So those are two ways that you can find out how much tax you might owe on the CERB benefits that you've already received. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I also want to again remind you that the new Canada recovery benefits that are coming out after September, they are also going to be taxable. So the same thing is going to apply. So if you're going to be receiving more benefits like the CRB, make sure you're keeping note of how much you're receiving in that, so you can kind of calculate and understand how much you might be owing in tax. Because again, I don't think Canada is going to be withholding any tax from those CERB benefits. If you're on EI, you want to take a look. I believe with EI they withhold about 10%. Often most people are in a tax bracket above 10%, so they're going to be owing taxes on top of what they've already withheld on their EI. So just take note of that. And then as well, Canada's trying to seamlessly transition people from the CERB to the new enhanced EI program that they have. But there's a new study out that says that about 1 million Canadians who are on CERB will have to reapply for the new EI when the time comes. So if you're in that situation, I just want you guys to know so that you can reapply yourselves. You're going to have to do that through the Canada Revenue Agency website and manually apply again for the new EI program. So I just want you guys to make sure, if you're already on the CERB and you're looking at transitioning to the new benefits, that you're aware that you might be in that group that doesn't automatically transition, and you're going to have to apply once again. So that's all for today's video. Again, I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. I hope you guys got value out of this video, maybe learned something, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like and to subscribe, and I will see you guys later.